Good morning and greetings from Northumberland on a rather blustery day, though mild. To those of you who couldn't join us yesterday for our Zoom service, I will be able to publish a link to that later on this morning, so you can join in it if you wish to. That should come up certainly before lunchtime and maybe a little bit earlier, depending on the processing time. Our gospel today for the second day of Lent takes us back to really where we were yesterday morning and last night. It's from St. Luke chapter 9, and this verse is the one I'm really thinking about. If anyone wants to be a follower of mine, let him renounce himself, take up his cross every day, and follow me. Take up his cross every day. I think that's the key thing. It's all very well having these lovely intentions, wonderful intentions, solemn and loving intentions on Ash Wednesday. But being a Christian is a day-by-day thing. And Lent calls us to experience day by day and to live out day by day through the 40 days and the Sundays in Lent, the experience of walking with Jesus and taking up our cross. We gave you or suggested you have a pebble like this with a cross on it to go in your pocket to remind you each day that something's different, to sit there and to just be an act of remembering that we are trying to walk the way of the cross. And this icon that I speak about so often with Jesus and the believer also speaks to us of walking the way with Jesus, knowing that Jesus is with us and that Jesus helps and supports us in our journey. Because the way of the cross is the way of love. God so loved the world that he gave his only Son. God in Christ was raised up on the cross with arms open wide to show his love for us. As we've been reading St. Matthew's Gospel in these last weeks, we've been reminded again and again of the way in which Jesus looked on the crowds with compassion, with tenderness, with love. And the way of the cross is the way of love. Jesus is prepared to make sacrifices so that his love can triumph over sin and death. And we, if we are to walk the way of the cross, must be open to the fact that that love will sometimes lead us to sacrifice and suffering as we seek to live out in our own lives the love of Jesus. So today is the day where we move beyond the resolution of yesterday to the commitment today of living and loving in the way of the cross and in the way of Christ. I remind you of the prayer we had yesterday. May we walk the way of the cross and know your healing and your peace. And may God bless us all.